Hello, this is your personal sensei for Thursday, June 25th, 2015. And we are in the month of Cancer, and in the month of Cancer, human beings work on emotion. So that's one of the reasons I'm out on front of the ocean all the time, because the ocean is a great metaphor for our emotion. And in the last 24 hours, I started thinking about how to really communicate better, because that's what my transit is for Taurus, how to communicate. I was thinking, how can I communicate better how it works with consciousness? And I've come up with this new way that I'm going to try out for a few days. You guys tell me with comments if you think about it, how you like it. It's called conscious cooking. Because I believe that we are cooking up things in life. We're always cooking up things. And the month that we're in, as an astrologer, I can tell you what we're cooking up this month. But you need to know you're cooking this. You need to know you add the ingredients. You need to know you're the one that either boils it over or doesn't cook it up enough. Okay? And so this is why I think conscious cooking is the way to go with how we're going to work. So this month the sun is in Cancer. And because the sun is in Cancer, which is a water sign, that means we are cooking a soup. All right? I think whenever it's a water sign, we're cooking some sort of soup. Right? It's a water sign. So we're cooking a soup this month. And the broth, of course, is our emotions. So the way to think about this is, this month you are cooking up your emotions. You're cooking them up to a new thing, a new soup, something that you want to taste that tastes better. And the broth is all of your emotions right now. So we use your emotions as broth. Therefore, of course, if your emotions are full of all sorts of crappy, icky stuff, then your soup is going to taste icky. You know what I mean? So this is one of the things we want to do, is we want to tend and make sure that we have a nice clean broth to start with, and maybe it has a little bit of the flavor of love in it, and that we create our broth with some love. All right, and we're working on clearing our broth in the first 10 days. So we're looking at clearing our broth, which is our emotional way of feeling, how we feel about everything. And as you know, emotion is the broth. It ends up changing the flavor of everything, right? So it's very important. So today, to our broth, we add the ingredient of our beliefs. Okay, so we're sprinkling beliefs into our broth. Okay, well, I believe this and I believe that. It should be spicy and it should be hot and it should be this and it should be that. Should. If you want to know what a belief is, it's usually followed by the word should in your vocabulary. So when you should all over yourself, you're in constant state of belief or disbelief, one of the two, but it's the state of believing. So we are adding beliefs to our broth today, and that's what flavors it. And at the end of the day, the steam that will come off of this basic broth and belief is innovation. So if you cook your consciousness today correctly, if you do your conscious cooking today, and you add the right ingredient, the right belief, you will innovate your life. Okay? Otherwise, it's not going to actually have any good smell or flavor, right? It's not going to steam. And that's basically what we're mixing today. We're mixing our feelings with our beliefs. And the ingredient is our belief. And sometimes you're going to find today that your belief is actually what is flavoring the feeling, not reality. It's that you've thrown the belief that you should always be skinny into that pot. You've thrown the belief that you should be rich in order to be happy. Remember, a should is belief. I should be rich. I should be this. I should. Oh, that's all the beliefs in your pot there. Yuck. I know my pot. I throw it out and have to start over all the time. So today, let's start with the phrase of the day. This will help you kind of set up and calibrate for your day. This is a phrase to kind of calibrate your mind. Today, the phrase of the day is, I feel my options today. Let's take it higher. I feel all my options today, and let's take it higher. And higher may mean that you pick the highest option. Higher may mean you go, no, this won't work. Give me something even higher, something even better. Universe, no, not high enough. You return to sender. This isn't going to work, this reality. No, this won't do. Okay? So in your mind you go, I feel my options today. I feel all my options. And maybe you've got a higher option. Maybe you got an option that is already whoa, if I take that, it's just okay, well, then that's what you pick, the higher. Or maybe you get all lower options. You go, no, universe, this won't go. Send it back to the kitchen. Send this conscious cooking back to the kitchen. It's not going to work for me. All right? So prepare your mind today to monitor your conscious cooking And say it one more time to keep it in the mind as you're stirring your own consciousness today over the fire. I feel my options today, and let's take it higher. And so it is. Because I said so, I thought so. So moving on now, I'm going to move on to a new thing within these little senseis to kind of keep it structured like I said yesterday. So we have, of course, our phrase of the day, and we have our conscious cooking, and I'm going to give you every day a soul assignment. This soul assignment is something for you to do inside of yourself in the day, and if you complete your soul assignment, I believe you will progress to the next step. So we're going to bring all of our grasshoppers up day by day, step by step, 5 days a week. So today your soul assignment, if you choose to play along with all of us, is to discover 3 areas of your life where you feel one way and you can take it higher. All right? And this can be a wish. It doesn't mean it came about today. 3 times. Now 3 is a reason. There's 3 makes a charm. 3 is enough for your whole consciousness to get it. 3 is enough for your whole consciousness to move forward. There are 3 dimensions. All right? Mind, body, and spirit. Not left, right, and up. Okay? But nonetheless, we want to take it higher. So today, somewhere in your day, notice that you feel something and you're like, you know what would be higher? What would be higher is if a UFO landed and flew me to work. Hey, that counts. You took it higher. Creativity, imagination totally counts if you can't think of a way out. And do that 3 times. 3 times where you imagine where you can take it higher and what would take you higher. And just imagine that 3 times today. That's your soul assignment. Now let's all meditate today on what to meditate on as you are doing your soul assignment is noticing the beliefs. Are you shoulding yourself? Are you telling you should do something, you should do that? When you want to take it higher, do you go, oh, but we should be humble. Oh, but we should this. So meditate today on where you should all over yourself. Okay? Meditate on where you're shoulding yourself and notice where you should yourself. Because that's up for debate, especially with Saturn in Sagittarius if you watch the cosmic clock. So watch and meditate on where you should yourself. And that brings me to the final point of today's Personal Sensei, your joy quest. Your joy quest, should you choose to accept it, my friend, is to find the magical door. Find the magical door. In your life, there is a magical doorway out. It's very likely that that magical doorway is up and higher from what you normally know right now. It's highly likely that the steam that comes off of your conscious cooking today is a magical door. Magical door is once I walked in, once I met him, once I met her, once I was in this place, once I found Soul Garden. Seriously, I've been magical doors to people. Then everything changed. It was a magical door. So your joy question, you choose to accept it, is to find that magical door. And it may be in one of the 3 times in your soul assignment that you, in fact, take it higher. And so it is. Now, Personal Sensei would not be personal without my Personal Sensei service. That's an accompanying text message service that's run by AIT, Artificial Intuition Technology, and written by me every night and programmed into the system. And today, if you're watched over by my Personal Sensei service, at 11 a.m., I'm going to send you a text in your local time that talks about where you need to open your beliefs today. So where you need to open up today. That's your Sensei monitoring your astrology information and saying where to go. At 3 p.m., I will send you a text to your local time about where you tend to close down in life. So I'm going to say you tend to close down here, and obviously earlier in the day I'm like, and you need to open up here. And that is analyzing your astrology, your numerology, your sacred geometry, and all part of my Personal Sensei service. So come on down to SeriousStory.me if you'd like to try my Personal Sensei service for just 99 cents. You can cancel at any time. And before we move to the break, let's do today's Telepathy. Today's Telepathy is our fun little game where we are testing our left brain and our right brain, particularly our left brain, where we can send telepathic messages to one another, like Luke did when he was hanging upside down in The Empire Strikes Back. Leia! Right? Like, hey, it's valid, man. I always wanted it as a kid. I'm like, I want to learn that just in case I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? And I do have friends that get those messages, by the way. So, we're looking at cancers in today's Telepathy. And the theme is Cancer female headlines. So these are all Cancer women, big female Cancer women that made big headlines as Cancer women. And of course, for your left brain, one of these Cancer women I'm going to talk about after the break. And for your right brain, you got to ask yourself, what do these Cancer women have in common? All right? So these Cancer women have something in common, and it's something other than their Cancer headliners. So which of these Cancer headliners am I thinking about? Is it number 1, headliner Cancer Pamela Anderson of Baywatch? Is it number 2, Princess Diana, the Princess of Wales, the late Princess of Wales? Or is it headliner number 3, Lindsay Lohan? Which of these headliners am I thinking of? I'll have the answer right after this. Why can't you find love? How long have you really been single? Really? Having trouble finding that special soulmate? I can solve this one. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Your love trouble? Over. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com.